Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day. Um, yeah, I'm back today again with another method, this time on strings, a string method. It's called split and it returns an array of elements. Now, this is how you use it. You use it on a string that you have, and it gets a separator as a parameter, as an argument, right? And you can also provide a max number of elements for the resulting array. Now this is optional, so you don't need to provide it, you just need to provide a separator. If you want to put a max on the number of elements in the result array, then you can provide here the max number, right? Now we'll just first go with the separator, and what happens is if you provide, for example, a space like this, the result, which I will console log here, will be an array with all the words, right? The spaces will not be included, it will basically split other spaces. So if we say this, we get today is a good day, right? So you basically split but by whatever you provide here, but the spaces will not be included, or the separator will not be included. If you need to include the separator in the result, you need to use regex and match that regex, and I will show you that a little bit later on. Now this can be like really anything, any symbol, any word, or any number of letters or digits or whatever, right? You can even use something like this, which is the new line, right? Which is the way you define a new line in a string, right? So now if, for example, you get some text from a file on your computer which has multiple lines like this, let's say today is a good day, tomorrow will be even better, right? And then you say sentence, though this would be maybe a paragraph, and you split by new line, then you will get an array with all the lines in the document that you have put in a string, right? You have got the contents of the document, put them in a string, and then you split them by new line, which means you will get an array of elements which will be all the lines, right? So let's check this out. Clear. Today is a good day, tomorrow will be even better. Bring it, right? Okay, now it's also important to know what will happen. Okay, so before we go there though, let's go back to what we had before and check. If we use space and we give a number of elements, let's say 2, then you will see we only get the first 2 elements, today and age, because we put a max on the number of elements, right? We only get this. So if you only need a number of items, you can do this one, right? Now if you don't provide, if you just provide an empty string here, what will happen is it will split the string in all the elements of the string one by one, like T, or all the characters will be separated in an array. Check this out. You can see how all of them are separated, even the spaces and the dots are on their own, right? Okay, now let's go and see, for example, what if we needed to, like we said before, to split by spaces, but we need to include the spaces. We need to have the words, but we also need to include all the spaces as the elements in the array in their order, right? So then we will have to use here, we have to split by a regex, right? So the way we do it by a regex, we say we put like this, a regex, and we have to match it. We have to match the space. Now spaces are like this in a regex, but we have to match it if we want to keep it. I think now if you just put like this, it will again split by spaces, because this is a regex for spaces, right? So it does, but it does not include the spaces. But if you go like this and you match it, if you match the space, which you say is a match, it will actually keep the spaces as well. Okay, so you have the spaces as well in the ending element. And because we know now that we can also actually use regex, that means that if you want to split by multiple things, then you can do it. What if you want to um, split by the letter y as well? What if I want to do that, right? So then you say this, or, and again, and you say this, right? You want to split by y as well, because this is the or in regex. Now you will have to learn regex if you want to know more about regex. I will make a video at some point about it, but I don't have one now. But there's plenty of resources online that you can use, right? So now this should split by spaces, but keep the spaces as well as element, and split by y's as well, but keep the y's as well as elements, right? We go like this. Okay, there's a problem here, so I might today undefined. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this might be a bit different. I might not because I don't know regex that well, so I'm still learning it. But yeah, you can see that you can use regex as well. What if we do this? Adapt that we can do this now. We have to do something like this, but I'm not sure why it's undefined because I haven't used regex that much with split. But yeah, let's try this though, because it doesn't hurt trying, right? Why am I writing here? Clear and try it. Oh no, this is not gonna. Yeah, because this would only split if there would be a space and then a y, right? So oh, maybe we can do this. I think maybe this is the mistake. We want the match to be either a space or a y. Yeah, so we do it like this: a space or a y, and we match it like this, right? This should work. So it should split by spaces and y's and keep them as well. So let's save and try again. Okay, so now it works properly. You see, it keeps all the spaces and it keeps all the y's as well, right? Also, it's good to know, going back from regex, it's good to know that if the match, which is, let's say, if the match is at the end of the array, at the end of the string, or at the beginning, then it will still split it, but the result will be all the string without the separator, but there will be an empty string at the end or at the beginning, depending of where the separator is encountered, right? So if we say split by dot for this one, what we get is this. You see, you get whatever it was before the dot, and then you get an empty string. So it's good to keep that in mind so you don't get confused when you do a split and you don't understand why there's this element here. And if the dot would be at the beginning, for example, then you would have an empty string at the beginning. Okay, all right, I hope you enjoyed this one. This is really useful. I am still learning on regex, but it's really useful with regex, and it's good to know that you can split by multiple characters. Like for example, we want to split by spaces, but also by commas, right? So again, we go back to what we said before. We want to use a regex, and in here a match, and we want for each space and comma, right? If we do that, you will see we will get today is a good day as separate words, right? Because it's and also it keeps the spaces and the comma as well. If we don't want to keep those, if we want just the words, then we don't do the match here. So we just say space or this, right, as a regex, and then we get this, right? Okay, hope you enjoyed this one. If you If it did help you, please give a like and subscribe. It will help me with the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, come for the next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.